A very good afternoon, Zimbabwe, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. And very, very interesting is that Jelas Mawarire, when he had an interview with Dara Blessed Mhlanga, he reviewed that POSB, or he claimed that POSB has been sold, or plans are on the advanced stages to sell POSB without following due procedures. And right here, he's asking and says, which falsehoods? You getting orgasmic shudders over this statement by juvenile PR executives who respond to a matter directed at a third party. Yezoko, Rambai Katiwone. And right here, Jelas Mawarire is bringing what he calls evidence of such things happening. And this includes Argutima presidential directives right here. This one, it talks about the presidential directive for the socio-economic. The orders are that he orders that 3 prolonged policy to support initiatives for prosperous upper middle income society by 2030. And number 1, it's a setup of a partnership with a private investor to capitalize, manage and operationalize POSB. Then number 2, to put in place a special team to enable, amongst other things, the socio-economic and sustainable development initiative for Zimbabwe. Its aims being to process payments of arrears, I think, but the key issue right here is the setup of a partnership with private investor to capitalize and manage or operationalize the POSB. That is very, very important and very critical. Then we also go to another one from, I think it's from the Attorney General's office, which is dated 13 February 2025. And this one, it deals about a company called HIG, which is going into a joint venture with the government of Zimbabwe, maybe in terms of dealing with POSB. That is another issue right here. And we are being told that they went to familiarize the bank, they visited the bank, and first-hand examination of the bank's vaults to see what the bank in Maria Kwanda say operationalization of POSB as a joint venture investment. So this one then was signed by Mabiza, but the problem is right here, the date is 2025 and the date stamp right here is 2024. We are not so sure which one is which one and which one is telling the truth whatsoever. But these are the issues. What is very, very important is to note that this one, the presidential spokesperson George Charamba went into the defensive overdrive and said, "Zvinomchata sei naika sukuere zvotopakata zvamunoronga netuvanhu twenyu, including the gullible section of the media. Being a former cabinet minister, you should be the first one to educate us on how such falsehoods impact the banking sector." So what it means is the government is actually denying whatsoever which is being claimed by Jelas Mawarire, and the RBZ issued a statement to that effect. And it's a very, very long statement right there. But what actually happened is that they denied any involvement, and they said as the regulator, they do not know about anything like that. But the major question is, will this government announce about anything? Takaona zvinhu zvakawanda zvakaita sana geopomona vachinzvenga vachiwanda, but at last geopomona is now just there for everyone to see mari kurohwa on daily basis. So it's very, very interesting. Okay, so we are continuing to look at whatever which is happening right there, and it's very, very important. So Mawarire says, if there is anyone acting and foolishly so, it's you and the sorry communications team at the Reserve Bank. For starters, the poor PR team at the RBZ should have known the difference between the sale of a bank and an arrangement to go into a joint venture partnership, which Hebrew investment group sought with POSB. A JV which would have changed the shareholding structure of POSB but not changed its name does not require a new banking license. Nowhere in my address did I mention the issue of a new bank needing a license from the RBZ, and I wonder where the governor and his PR team got that idea from. Interestingly, the RBZ PR team doesn't see the irony that the governor's press statement inadvertently confirms my submission that the president's directive was meant to circumvent RBZ, a fact confirmed by their statement, which makes it clear that the RBZ wasn't in the loop on the JV between POSB and HIG. And the directive was never addressed to the RBZ. And how on earth the RBZ governor expected a directive addressed to the AG to end up on his desks boggles the mind. Okay. So and what the governor is missing is that the president's directive wasn't addressed to him, and how he goes on to craft a statement denying that he did not receive any correspondence from the president when no one said he did is mystery. Why does the RBZ governor think he was supposed to see a confidential directive written by the president to the attorney general to the extent of writing a press statement stating the obvious? Isn't it common cause that the RBZ governor was not supposed to get a copy of the presidential directive to the AG because it wasn't addressed to him but to Mrs. Mabiza? Is it not common sense that Mrs. Mabiza is not Dr. Mshayabanu, hence confidential correspondence to Ms. Mabiza should ordinarily not find a way ending up in Dr. Mshayabanu's tray? So this is a very, very powerful argument by Mawarire right there. And it's very, very important for these people to actually tell the truth. What we need at this point in time, we do not need victimization, because this is a very sensitive matter. And we have seen a lot of victimization happening, issues being thrown at journalists whatsoever. Each and everything which they do, they are throwing things on journalists. But what is very, very key and very, very important is that the government must explain this whole issue. Because what RBZ is talking about, they are talking about the sale of POSB. But Comrade Jealous Mawarire is talking about a joint venture which did not follow due processes or due procedures by something called JV. And the rumor is that that JV is said to be bringing something like 6 billion whatsoever. Those are the rumors. And people are asking to say, okay, if you have 6 billion, why are you not bringing that 6 billion and start a new bank instead of coming with 6 billion to hijack a bank which is already operational? And these are banks which are owned by the government of Zimbabwe. And to privatize them, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. So if you look at CBZ, it's gone. Agribank, maybe, and POSB are the only left banks, maybe probably for the government. I'm not so sure about Agribank and now AFC. But, this is something which is very, very important and very critical. Instead of issuing threats, they must be telling the truth. This government has the problem of saying things which are not even happening, things which are far, far, far from the truth. That is one of the biggest problems which we have. So I hope and believe that one day these issues will be resolved and they will be able to tell each other the truth.